Berber. Goodness. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. It's been so beautiful here that I have been sun tanning almost every single day, which is why I'm kind of a little pinkish in the face, you could say. Because I've been sun tanning everything. But the mornings are so nice and crisp, and I absolutely love it. I love it when it's nice and crisp. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know, I got this sweatshirt. It's not really a sweatshirt. It's really thin. I got this sweatshirt and I don't know. I didn't like it when I first got it. Now I love it. But anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, so the mornings are so nice and crisp, and I just got home from running my kid to school and stuff, and I walked in the house, and I forgot last night that I left windows open. So I came in the house, and I was just like, brr, it's cold in here. It was not this cold, funny enough, at like 6 o'clock this morning. Or maybe I was just warm from getting out of bed. I don't know. Anyway, it's conscious coffee. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit shorter because I've got a ton of things to get accomplished today. So I want to just kind of take a moment and just get conscious coffee going and get this message through to you, because this morning was definitely an interesting morning. So I'm going to just share the tidbits of it and also give the lesson from that, because as you guys know that I'm always trying to give that lesson as to how every single moment of our life definitely has, you know, a spiritual awakening or remembering or a lesson to it. At least that's my opinion, and what I've noticed throughout my life is that there is no such thing as a moment that is not teaching us or opening us up in some fashion or form, if we allow it to be that. And this morning definitely was no different than anything else. Let me see here. Oh my goodness. I looked away for a half a second. All right, morning, Addison. I saw you on there. Mohammed, morning. Jana, Steve, Jeff, morning. Marcus, John, Ryan, Steve again. So yeah. Oh, Steve Godfrey. We met briefly in Santa Cruz this last month. So morning, Steve. Hope it's nice, and hope the weather's better in Santa Cruz this week than what it was the week that Addison and I were there. My goodness, it was rainy back in Santa Cruz. Steve, he had been connected to me from another friend here on Facebook, and funny enough, he just kind of showed up in front of our restaurant window. So I ran out and took a picture with him. Anyways, another story. You can go through my pictures and find a picture of all that event. It was a very cool experience there. Morning, Tom. So yeah, so this morning I woke up, and it's transition morning for me because I have joint custody of my two youngest children with my ex, and Tuesdays are the days that, well, it's normally Monday, but this week, because I had the kids for spring break, I took the kids over to my ex's house and everything, and got my youngest off to school. But I woke up this morning, and number one, I woke up around 3 o'clock to my puppy squawking like she always does at 3 a.m. and my 16-year-old, whose dog it is, not wanting to get up the way she always does. And I called her from my bed. I sat there on the cell phone, and I'm calling my daughter who's upstairs, right? And I call, and I call, and I call, and I call, and I call. I called her 4 times. It just rang and rang and rang and rang, and all this different stuff. It was ring, ring, ring. I was like, oh, and the dog would not stop. So I get up, and instead of going to the dog, I go upstairs, and I'm like, I'm waking her up. I'm waking her butt up, and she's coming downstairs, and she's dealing with her dog who we're kennel training, right? So I go and I get her up, and that was like a negative disturbance in my energy, because I laid there frustrated, irritated, right at a critical time in, you could say, in the energies, because 3 a.m. is such a gateway, a door opener of beauty and energy and stuff. And we're very, very open and fluid and everything. It's believed in a lot of the metaphysical world and different spiritual beliefs that the 3 a.m. hour is kind of like the bewitching hour. The veils are thinner, you could say. It's neither here nor there. I don't really care, but I do know that we are very open to suggestion in the wee hours of the morning. And I woke up to the dog and all of a sudden I'm in negativity. Thus, we roll forward a couple hours when my 6 a.m. alarm goes off to get my butt out of bed and get my coffee going to get my kid to school. And I do something that I never do. I do something that I absolutely never do. And this morning I was like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? You know not to do that. So I opened up my email. For whatever reason, I saw an email from somebody and I opened this email. And it was a really negative email. It was a very, very bad email. And I laid in bed and I'm like, fuck. I was pissed. I threw my phone to the end of my bed and I was like, ugh. I was mad as heck about this. And I just, like all of this negativity. And I'm just like, dang it. Like, oh, can I not catch a break right here? Can I just not catch a break right here? Because, guess what? My life has its disturbances and it's not perfect in every single category, which is where the title of this comes in, is that, 9 things bad and 1 thing good. And, so I was just like frustrated and pissed, and here I am still upset about the dog, who, guess what, is bouncing off the walls in her kennel again because it's 6 a.m. and every 6 a.m. the dog is wanting to go out. She needs to go to the bathroom, and guess who's not here to take the dog out? Of course, my beloved daughter. So I've got like the dog mouthing in the background. I just read this really negative email. I'm kicking myself for even doing what I never do, because I normally lay there and I go through my gratitudes, of which I skipped out on this morning. I did not do my morning gratitudes. Bad. And and that's exactly what I was doing to myself. I was going, bad. Why did you not do that? You know better. This is what happens and I just self-beating up, criticizing, and this is all within the first maybe 3 minutes of consciousness, if you can call it that at all. Why I chose to do this morning, I have no effing idea. But I did. And because I couldn't talk about it, right? I can teach the lesson. How many of you go out and start your day by grabbing the phone and looking in your email, or looking at your bank account, or, looking on Facebook before you've gotten out of bed? I normally don't do this. I normally do not look at my email. I don't look at my finances or anything until after like 9-10 o'clock in the day. I do all my mindset work prior. I don't get out of bed until I do gratitudes. I lay there, I breathe into my body. I really focus in on embodiment, on feeling good, on feeling where there's any tension, on stretching it out before I get out of bed, and just really focusing in on positive stuff. That is my norm. That is my consistent norm. This morning, I fell out of my norm and I got, the universe just said, don't do that, girl. Don't do that. Because shit can hit and it's not always fun. And that's what happened. So I got this really negative charged email, okay? And I laid there and I instantly went into worry mode. I went into worry, I went into fear, I went into frustration, pissed off, anger, bitterness. I mean, you name the negative charged emotions that could possibly come up within a half a second in the body. And yeah, that's what I had, to the point that I still have like a little bit of a pain right here in my chest because of the constriction that I put myself in at 6 a.m., which really sucks, really sucks. But at least I'm aware enough to know what's causing it, right? Okay, so there, within that first 3, 4, 5 minutes of my world at 6 a.m., it seemed like my world had gone and it exploded and crashed, much like I'm pretty sure a lot of people's worlds do every single day. So, wham, right? Wham. Okay. Moving forward, I finally get my ass up out of bed and I grab my kids' clothes and I do this and I do that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go make a cup of coffee. I'm going to pull my head out of my butt. This shit ain't happening. I'm not going to accept it. I'm not available for this crap. just because this email came in doesn't mean that this email can't flip sometime through the next 24, 36, 48 hours. This negative email will turn around and will change gears. Now, it hasn't done that yet to my knowledge, but I haven't looked at my email since this morning, which I'm just not going to do. I'm going to go back to my old awesome patterns and just not look at my email until I get a couple other things accomplished and get all my mindset work done. But it will flip. I guarantee you that it will, because I'm just not going to accept anything other than. And here you go, because I have to say this. I am in gratitude for this. I woke up this morning and I walk in there and I go to my coffee pot and I got a Keurig, right? So I go over there and the kitchen is dark other than this little night light on the other side of the kitchen from the coffee pot. So there's just this like glow in the kitchen and it's dark in there. And I walk over to the coffee pot and these, see these beauties? Actually, it's better this way. Look at those. Aren't those pretty? Those are really pretty, aren't they? So these flowers are sitting by my coffee pot. The first thing that runs through me is like, who the fuck did this? Because I'm not even conscious enough to think really. I mean, like, I'm still stuck so much in negativity that I'm going, who snuck in my house between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. and delivered beautiful flowers? So, flower delivery by the coffee pot. That's always nice, with a really nice card. Very, very nice. So I stood there, and after my happened, right? Because I'm looking at the flowers, I started laughing. I started laughing because, not because it was funny to receive flowers, but I started laughing because I was so stuck in negativity. Absolutely so stuck in negativity. And little did I know that this beautiful thing had occurred while I was sleeping, right? That somebody had me in their mind and brought me on a morning that could have potentially sent me really, really negatively charged down that path, because I was in it, okay? My ego had me by the balls and I was in it. And then I hit the flowers, and the flowers are sitting there like, good morning, right? And I'm going, of course I know who they're from. Not just everybody has my garage code. But but it was one of those that I went, okay, I really need to pull my head out of my butt right now, and I need to just focus in on the good things in my life. Like, I really need to focus in on the good things. Like, I just got done saying, I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to shut myself down. I'm not going to constrict anymore. That's why I'm getting up. I'm moving forward. I've got the stuff that I need to do. And it was like the universe, God was saying, yeah, here you go. Here you go, babe. Here's some positive energy for you. Here's some love for you. Here's some, like some beauty in your world. Keep your focus on what is good. Keep your focus on the things that are beautiful. Keep your focus on the things that bring you joy. Keep your focus on the things that make you feel good. Do not focus on that. Do not focus on, because the more you focus on that, the more you push all the beauty away, right? And if I just focus on the flowers and, and here's the truth. I had already made this, I mean, what keeps coming into me over and over again, and the thing that I always lean back on, and I journal every single day in my journal, is one of the things that I always journal, that is my focus point, is, I don't know how, but it just is, I have fantastic relationships with all my children. My children did not bring me these flowers. I should put that in there. I'm not mentioning names, but my kids did not bring me the flowers. But it is that family, the people close to you, the people that you have a relationship with, that you can really focus in on and feel good about here and there. Like, really keep that focus, because we sway in all relationship. We sway. But when we have those good things to really focus in, and one of the things that I do is I always write down, I don't know how, but it just is, I have fantastic relationships with all my children. That's a hell of a lot of relationships. I have 7 children, okay? So that's a lot of relationship to go, I have fantastic relationship with. And I know a lot of people don't have fantastic relationships with their 1 or 2 kids. And I'm like calling in seven children to have great relationships with. And I really do have killer relationships with my kids. By keeping the focus on the one good thing, by keeping the focus on the one good thing and really putting attention into that one good thing, it kind of it elevates our energy. It pulls us up to focus in on that one good thing. So it brings that vibrational energy that might be dispersed not so great in the other areas, because like that negative email I got, right? So that negative email is saying, hey, you're kind of slacking over here in your vibration. You're not woo-woo. You're all over the place, right? I could try to say, I'm going to go fix this. I'm going to go fix this. I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to really like put in the effort, the energy, the work, the this, the that, double, triple time over here. And I'm going to force this shit to change. I'm going to force it to happen the way I deem it to happen, the way I command it to happen. And what am I actually doing? I'm focusing in that moment on what I don't have. I'm focusing in on the negativity of it. I'm focusing in on you know, that, well, I can just buckle down and like grind it out and make sure that this happens and this happens and this happens. Or, and that I can, and you can get things done that way. You can. We can definitely get things done that way. But it's a lot more strenuous. It's a lot more out of alignment, and it takes a hell of a lot longer to make things happen that way or to get things to happen that way than when we just choose to put our attention on something that is high vibration. And when we put our attention on something that we are high vibing in, then we naturally increase our vibration. Our frequency will go up with the high vibration energy over here. And guess what? It will bring up our energy everywhere else. Now, we might have to do more work over here as far as like being able to look at it a little bit differently, because we have to go in there, we have to look at the mindset work. We have to go, okay, let's release the anger. Let's release the guilt. Let's release the, you know, oh, you fell down here, the self-criticism, the lack of worthiness, the blah, 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 whatever the heck it might be that's coming at us, because we all have that. Maybe there's shame. Maybe there's just disbelief. Maybe we think, you know, oh, well, this happened, and then we get so comfortable with it that we think that we don't really have to apply much energy to it, right? See that a lot in relationships, where you get the relationship of your dreams, and then you're like, okay, well, it's here now. Now I don't have to work at it anymore, right? So it's just like, da-da-da, that's good, moving on. Well, if you're going to move on in anything energetically, then you basically said, I'm satisfied, I've received it, it's all good, now I can open up to something else, to something more, and let that go. Or we tend to go, what? We look at it and we go, oh my gosh, now that it's here, I don't want to lose it, I don't want to lose it, I don't want to lose it. And we start grabbing and grasping, and we focus on what? We focus on the other side of everything. So we don't focus on the good, the beauty, the joy, the love, the greatness of whatever it is that we have. Instead, we focus on the fear factor of losing it. And we focus on the fear factor of losing it, we tend to start to lose it, if not all the way lose it. So, focus in on the beauty. Focus in on the flower. Ooh, there's 2 red roses in here. I just saw that. I'm going to pull this one up. Because it's kind of hiding down in the middle. Okay, all right. There's 2 red roses. And see that at 6 a.m. It was dark in my kitchen, like I said. No, but focus in on the beauty. Focus in on the love in your life. Focus in on the things that bring you joy, where it is going right. And here's the thing. We all have a lot of shit that happens in our world. We all have a lot of stuff that just doesn't, sometimes it's not going the way we want it to go necessarily. And then we have those things that we're like, man, if I could just get this to work over here the way this is working over here, right? Because we do have those good things. There's always something good in our life. There's always something that we could be more grateful for, that we feel very aligned with, that we feel very high vibe about, that we have a lot of joy or at least satisfaction and just this fullness around, like, man, this is just good, this is yummy over here, and then we're depleted over here, right? That's pretty typical. It's pretty average to have like these different sides of our fence going on. The way to bring This side, the negative charged side of the fence up though, is to focus in on where the grass is green, not on where the grass seems to be dying, okay? Because if the grass seems to be dying, you just need to focus in on your green grass. Make sure that you water that grass. Make sure that you're, that you're applying the fertilizer to that grass. Make sure that you're really appreciating that grass. Make sure that you're really, really in there and you're enjoying everything about that, because that's going to seep down into the roots of everything and feed all aspects of your life and bring that vibration back up so that you can start to really feed into other areas. So yeah, so there, that's my quick take on the morning of a very, very, let me tell you, it was bad. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. It was not a good email. Not a good email, but that's okay. There's a lot of good shit to focus on. Thank goodness that there's a lot of good stuff to focus in on. So yeah, so what can you do to focus in on good stuff in your world? What is the negative vibing stuff that you would like to increase? And what is the opposite side of it that you can focus in on? Because just doing that right there is going to bring so much vibrational increase to you that I guarantee you within a couple of days, if not a couple of hours, I'm telling you that I'm pretty confident that even with a negative charged energy start to my day, that I can pretty much pull it out by 6, 7 o'clock tonight, and I'll be shifted into a different area. Because right along with that negative email, I can tell you that I had two very positive emails come in too. That was potential, and it was just like, here's something really negative charged, and here is an egg that needs to be nurtured over here. Here's 2 eggs that need to be nurtured, that you need to focus in on and play with and see what comes from that. So yeah. Okay. So homework. I am going to give homework this time too, just because I think that's needed. I think that as spring has sprung and we need to get in there and do our own work. So why not share a little bit of that, right? So I'm going to encourage everybody today to do a spiritual vibrational Franklin T. If you're not familiar with what a Franklin T is basically just draw a big ass T on a piece of paper, line across, line down. On one side of the T, pick whichever side you like, put all the positive things. And on the other side of the T, put all the negative things, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you then to really just get those down and say, okay, now you look at those negative things. Now I want you to tear that half of your Franklin T out, and I want you to light that thing on fire. I want you to burn all those negative things. And I want you to take the positive things that you have, okay? I want you to take all that list of positive things, even if it's just one, okay? Even if it's just one. If you got, like at the title of this Conscious Coffee says, 9 bad things, 1 good thing, okay? So if you've got 9 bad things, you're going to tear that off your piece of paper. You're going to burn those. And you're going to say, I'm no longer accepting this shit in my life. You're going to burn it, okay? And then on the other side, you're going to look at the things that you have that are positive, even if it's just one thing. You're going to take that one thing and you're going to journal on that one thing about how it makes you feel. And I want you to really truly embody yourself. I want you to really truly feel how this thing or things make you feel. Take each item. If you have more than one, maybe you do, maybe you don't, doesn't much matter. Each item on that good side, I want you to take and I want you to journal at least 2 hand journal pages on that, okay? So we're really talking about, like, you can, if you need to pull at little things, then pull at little things. If you want to pull at bigger things, fine. If you want to go more general, go general. If you want to get very specific, get very specific. I'm not going to go there with you right now on all of that. It's all good. I just want you to really embody the feeling of the good things, okay? Just really truly embody it. Journal that out to completion and really go into, how does this make me feel? So like for me, I would be writing about relationships with my children. I would be writing about the beautiful little either adventures in my life or the little spontaneous moments, the little surprises, because I love surprises, much like the flowers this morning. Great call on that. So I would journal about things like that. I would journal about, all of the good stuff going on. And I would just take that section and I would give a page of each of that. And then if you really want, if you got too generalized stuff going on, you can go ahead and just like journal it out. I just want you to really embody, okay? Addison has been kind enough to write this down in the notes here on the comment section. So if you want, you can just scroll down into the comment section and read the notes from Addison on this as well, so that you can get the Conscious Coffee homework going. And then be aware. The next step to that really truly is to just stay aware and start looking for the good. Remember that if you're focused on the negative, then more negative is going to show up. If you're focused on the positive, then more positive is going to show up. It's wherever you're focused on. If you're focused on what is happening right now in this second, and it doesn't feel so damn great to you, then guess what the next second and the next second and the next second and next second is going to bring to you. Okay? Unless something from out of nowhere, much like the flowers this morning, comes in and goes and knocks your negativity legs out from underneath you and throws you into a spin and makes you go, whoa, okay, where am I? Shit, I've been in negative land. I need to pull my head out. I need to go into positive land. Unless something like that happens, you've got to become conscious of what you're thinking about. And if you're caught up in the horribleness of the moment, so it might feel to you, the negativity, the worry, the frustration of the right now, then you're just going to get more of that. So make the conscious decision to just pause for a second, or maybe 2 or 3 minutes, or maybe 7 or 15 minutes, and just go inside yourself. Do some breathing, listen to some pumped up music, do something that will help you shift your mental mind game from a negative one to a positive one, so you can get into that positive mindset and start acting from that level instead, okay? Because you've got to come out of the negativity and focus in on the positive, because it's there, which is what that Franklin T is going to help you do as well. It's going to help shift you to that positive focus. So, okay, guys. If I've said anything in this Conscious Coffee that has been helpful, useful, beneficial, you liked, or maybe you just want to, I don't know, whatever, you just want to share it. Just share it, please. Share it. Hit the little share button down below. I thank everybody on here. I know I missed a whole bunch of people that popped on. Harvey and Mark and Dennis, Eric. Good morning, Eric. And David, Mika, good morning. A whole bunch of people on here. So thank you, everybody who popped on this morning to listen in and to share. And I hope that everybody has a great, fantastic fucking Tuesday. And I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. As always, stop existing, start living, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.